So when I'm doing a continuous line drawing, the way that I always think about it is that it's like a bit like a game. I'm going to try and do the drawing without taking my pen off the paper. So I need to decide where to start, and I also need to decide roughly how much space everything's going to take up. Oops, I've just got a bit of a splodge on the page there. So I've got my scene here that you can see as well, and my big leaf in the front is going to go roughly here, maybe a little bit higher actually. The one on the right is going to be slightly over here, just overlapped. And what I'm doing is I'm just mapping out roughly where these shapes are going to go on my page, so that I've got a rough plan, and basically that just kind of says exactly what scale everything's going to be, so that I've got a kind of idea of how my page is going to be used, because I want to use the full width of the page. I don't want to just do a drawing up in one little corner up here. I want to be able to use the whole width of the page to make my my leaves stand out more. Okay, so I'm probably going to start with this big leaf here. This one here that's going to be down here, I'm not going to worry too much about that going off the page. I'm more going to focus on this section here and those two leaves, and trying to get the detail in those two leaves done really well. I'm using an ink, and it's like a dib pen. I quite like using them because they just make the drawing kind of it's got a nice quality to it. The line, sometimes it's a little bit thick, sometimes it's a little bit thin. It's actually got a little 2 pins, maybe you can see that when I hold it up to the camera. And the way it works is the ink pools underneath here, so there's a little supply of the ink in there. And as you press, these come apart, these little kind of eyelets, and that lets the ink flow onto the page. So I'm using that, but you could just use any old pen. The only thing with these is you do need to fill them up, so I am going to stop just to fill them up. And it's the same with you. If you break your pencil or it needs sharpening, you can take your pencil off as long as you put it back in the exact same spot and just pick up where you left off. Okay, so I'll just get a little bit of ink on my pen. And I'm going to start with this big leaf in the foreground. So it comes up there like that, and I'm going to just try not to take my eye off the leaf. It comes down there like this, it comes down there like that, and then it's going to go off the page a bit, but I'll just manage to fit in this curve here, this curve section, and then my pen's run out, so I'll just fill it up a little with ink. And you can see the nice quality that these pens have. It goes off the page there. What I'll do is I'll come back up to this section. Just pretend that I haven't taken my pen off the paper. It comes up here, a little bit of a dip, goes up, and then back round, and then comes down here. Just fill up my ink. And this little section just flicks out just a little bit, and then it comes in and over, and then back round, and then down, and it flicks over, and then it comes back up. Just need to get some more ink. And then it's a bit of a bigger gap. You can't see my face at the moment, but I'm looking all the time at that leaf. I'm probably looking 50% of the time at the leaf and about 50% of the time at my paper. So I'm having a really, really good, careful look as I do each bit of line. And obviously I've gone off the page there. What I'm going to do is go back up to the top here, and then just start by going all the way down with that line going down the middle. And then because I can't take my my pen off, I'm going to come back up, go down here, come back up, go down here, go back up here, come out at this angle, just fill up some more ink. And then I'm just going to go all the way back up like that and round to the side, follow my line round, and then my next line is going to start here for the leaf in the background. That comes up there like that. And then I'm going to come down here. And I'm going to go back up there like this and come down to this bit. And what you're doing is you're just teaching your eye to really see those shapes. It's a bit of a game, like we said, but you're teaching yourself to look closer and to really observe how those shapes and lines interact with each other. Oh, that one needs to be a bit bigger, I think. It needs to come down to there. And then, oh, I'll come round there like that. And down. And that goes at that angle. And I'm off the page there. So what I'll do is I'll go back to this line and just try and add that in. And yeah, don't worry about going off the page, just go back to a line somewhere in your drawing. Like so. So that's my second leaf. I finished here, didn't I? So because I've gone off the page really in that leaf, I think I'll just start. What I'll do is I'll start on the branch that comes down here, and that will lead me up to the next leaf quite well. So you kind of need to think what is the most logical place that you can do the next part of the drawing using. So I'll do this bit coming down. Don't worry too much if you make a mistake as well. I quite like those extra lines. I'm not too worried about, you know, that.